This past week, you held another summit at the Wild Center, the 6th Annual Food Justice Summit. Who were the stakeholders who were invited to attend this, and what were the issues that were discussed at the summit?
Sure. So this summit is our region's only convening for food system stakeholders, which is a fancy way of saying anyone who eats, anyone who likes food, which is all of us. And it's a wonderful opportunity for people from across the North Country, be it farmers, producers, distributors, retailers, those who are engaged in food system philanthropy or emergency feeding, those in the healthcare system, to come together to talk about food intersectionally in ways that can produce greater change in the year to come.
Are there any pressing issues this year that you tackled?
Sure. Well, the exciting thing we discussed this year was really the new strategic plan and the growth expected for the Adirondack Food System Network. This year's theme was Stronger Together, and we really felt like that encapsulated the spirit of the moment for the Food System Network. And for those who don't know, the Adirondack Food System Network really emerged in the wake of the pandemic in 2020. We all saw that unfortunately we were not immune to the empty shelves and to the heightened food insecurity that we saw across the rest of the world. And I think that really surprised and catalyzed plenty of people who had thought that our region was kind of unique and insulated from that kind of real crisis. So folks across the food system started talking to one another on a weekly basis, and those conversations never stopped. Instead, they took the vehicle of really formalizing into a food council to advocate for our region, to marshal resources towards the Adirondacks, and to help us be as strategic and collaborative as possible. For the past 6 years, we've done a one-day summit that has all this great energy, and then attendees go back to their home communities and really jumpstart what they learned. But this year, what's different is that our Adirondack Food System Network is going to be working 365 days a year to try to build and bring capacity across the region. We're working to hire our first program manager, and they have the benefit of a really robust strategic plan to help guide their work across the region. We really want to be a pit crew for anyone who's working to improve our food system, to go where they are across the region and be on their team, be an ally for them, help them think through hard problems so we can all really grow.
For that manager, what will be the priorities for them?
Definitely. Well, in our strategic blueprint, we identified 3 critical issues. The first is really the need to broker more connections and knowledge across the food system. Our Adirondack Park is the size of Vermont, and that's an awfully big place to know what's going on in the opposite corner, so you can learn from their results and bring that back to your strategy. So we're hoping that this program manager will really expedite those connections, that they'll be able to gather data that's being collected in these nuanced parts of the park. We have a lot of different data repositories, and none of them are really talking to one another, and we think that will help us really see more landscape level patterns, what's working, what's still not working, and make good choices as a result. And then finally, again, trying to build and bring capacity. Everyone in the park is trying to do a lot with maybe not enough, and they might need some extra resources, someone on their side to help them solve hard problems.